Alrighty, we're back. We're not in the dirt today. For those of you who may recall my old channel, I used to do the Spanish colonial artifact digs, live digs, here in St. Augustine, Florida. You probably watched me, if you do remember my old channel, you probably watched me dig up hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of 1500s, 1600s, up to the 1800s Spanish colonial artifacts. I decided to stop doing the live dig videos so much, and now what I'm going to be doing with the new channel is just sort of going over a lot of the artifacts that I dug up in the past, explaining what they are, giving IDs on them, and a little explanation as to how they were used. One of my favorite artifacts that I've dug up, and some of you that do remember my old channel likely saw me dig up several of these. These are called Coscojos. They were worn on the horse tack of a Spanish soldier throughout the 1600s. They would have hung in series of 5 or 6 from the bits, brittles, and saddles of a Spanish colonial horse, and they would have jingled like little bells as they clashed together. They would jingle and make a little sound like a bell. And it was said that that clashing together sound of the bell sound helped to establish the stride between the rider and the horse. Similar charms, higas, these are called higas, up here. They were worn on necklaces. Anybody who's seen older photos of Spanish colonial children may have noticed them adorning the clothing. And they were used, the clenched fist design, kind of, I don't know if you can see my hand in there, that clenched fist design dates back to the Roman period and has been used to ward away the evil eye and keep the wearer safe from harm. Well, the Coscojos, these are higas, and these are called Mano de Fica Coscojos, which is clenched fist Coscojo. Coscojo meaning jingle. Again, they were worn on the horse tack of a Spanish soldier, so they weren't actually worn by the people. I'll show you pictures of it. They were hung in a series and jingled from the horses. Similar charms have been found at the Fountain of Youth, the landing site of Pedro Menendez, dating back to 1565. These charms right here, these horse Coscojos, horse charms, horse bells, likely belong to the same soldiers or soldiers of that period. This is Kathleen Deegan's book right here, city archaeologist. She's the new city archaeologist of St. Augustine. And in her book, it suggests that scholars, let's see, I'll go ahead and scoot these up just a hair so I can read it. Several scholars have suggested that the higas made during the 16th century were mostly left hands, and those of the 17th century primarily right hands. These ones are left-handed higas, so likely belong to soldiers of the early 1600s, which would have put them in the same time period of Pedro Menendez, who founded St. Augustine in 1565. When we first, little story on these, when we first found the Coscojos, I didn't record the first one. I was out detecting. I had taken my wife out to a spot that I'd found many Spanish colonial artifacts, and decided to take her out detecting for her first time ever. I think she was using a backup Garrett Ace 250 that I had, and I turned it on for her. She started detecting within about 5 feet. She hit on the lower portion of this Coscojo here. We dug it up. We weren't sure what it was. I knew the higa symbol at the bottom, but I wasn't sure what the, as you can see, they have like another symbol, the divots, this diamond with the divots, and then like a lightning blaze on top. So we weren't sure what they were. I just assumed that it was some soldier's neck charm, like these up here, some soldier's neck charm. And then she scanned the hole again. She found the other piece of it. But after a few months of, a few years actually, I dug up a couple more, and I was kind of thrown off by how many of the same charms were in the same area. You know, how many Spanish soldiers are running around in this area with the same neck charm. So it took me several years of research to realize what they were, that they were called Coscojos, and they were actually worn on the horse tack of a Spanish soldier in a series of 5 or 6. So that's why I found so many of them. A few years ago, and these ones were found over the course of maybe 8 years. A couple years ago, I dug up another style right here. another style of the Coscojo. It's still got the clenched fist on the bottom, but as you can see, the centerpiece and the top is much different than the other styles that I dug up already. If you can see them there. I'm not sure if that's zooming in good for you there. Trying to get you zoomed in better. But those are the Coscojos that I've dug up. And to date, I've only seen a couple dug up at the battle site of Palo Alto in Texas. It's a Spanish-Mexican battle site. They dug up some iron ones, kind of crudely designed iron Coscojos. A couple of them with the clenched fist, some of them without. But to date, I have not seen anyone else in the United States dig up bronze Mano de Fica Coscojos like these. I'm not saying they haven't. I've just never seen anybody dig them up. I've seen some people, some Mexican diggers dig them up, South America. They dig them up down there quite often, but I haven't seen anyone else dig the Coscojos up in the United States. As far as I know, these are the only ones that have been found in the U.S. All right. Anyway, so these are called Coscojos, which means jingle, and they would have been worn on the horse tack of a Spanish soldier throughout the 1600s, early 1600s. Okay? All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye.